I am a difference maker.
Imagine all the people.
I am a difference maker.
Hello, difference makers, wherever you may be today, in the world, wherever in the world you are. I hope you're making a difference, and that difference tends to be as a result of a journey that you take. And Trevor loves the word journey, and so we're off on a journey this morning, chatting about the journey of life. Joe?
Yeah, I was thinking back to our last Wednesday session with a couple of difference makers in their different parts of the world, and what they were actually sharing. And what struck me was the very different viewpoints. So I was sitting here listening to one of the individuals turn around and saying, you know what, I've got a finite time on this planet, and I want to get things done right now, and that's it, cut and dried. And yeah, we're sitting down and turning around saying, oh, well, you know what, we're in this game for another 1,000 years and more. And you could just get to hear the difference in the viewpoints, which for me was absolutely fantastic. And it just so happened, you know, one of my hobbies, I don't know if I should share it with you because, you know, people will probably slate me for it, but I love to chop wood. And so one of the difference makers is really big in the IT world. Happened to be walking past my backyard. He knows how to sneak in and look through the gate, and he caught me chopping wood because it's the middle of winter. I love it. It's an exercise, and it gives for warmth. And we were having this discussion about life and the end of times and what's happening in the world. You can't believe the sort of discussions we have through the back gate. And his point was that he likes to work to an epitaph. He's designed for himself his personal epitaph that he'd like to have read out at his funeral. And my hackles raised. And I recognize that my hackles raised because I have a completely different viewpoint. Between ourselves, we've got this viewpoint of what can we do over the next 1,000 years. So I'm not even looking at what would happen when we fall off the bus sort of scenario here. And then I thought to myself, you know what? We're really on a journey. And when you're on a journey, you don't know what's around the corner. But it's nice to know that you've got enough life and business experience that you can actually very quickly can come up with solutions for whatever challenges or problems or solutions that are required, that people ask you, hey, can you help us with this particular concept? I then also did give some thought to what would be my epitaph if I had to follow that individual's thinking. Now I can see Leigh's interest because she's never heard this before. And I thought if I did have an epitaph, it would be, he marched to the beat of his own drum. Make of that what you will.
Oh, lovely. Oh, Trevor. Definitely the own drum. Yep. Yeah, Trevor, I think I just want to add a simple thought that came out of this idea of 1,000-year manifesto, it's just recognizing that whether you admit it or not, acknowledge it or not, experience it or not, that as small as your lifespan may be, what you do today influences, has an impact on the world around you now and in future generations. That if you're not thinking about your impact in 1,000 years, you are nevertheless still impacting, you know, people that lived 1,000 years ago, people that lived 50 years ago, people that are living 10 years ago, they are impacting the world that we're living in. Whether that's with the amount of electricity you're using, the amount of water you're using, the amount of plastic you're putting in the ocean, the amount of the carbon footprint that you're creating. These things all have an impact. And so if you have an intention that says, what would our lives, what would our legacy actually be across 1,000 years? You're going to live differently today and going to make the difference today and for people that you don't know, but it will make the world a better place, surely, in years to come. And it's about planting the seed today that somebody else, the seed of the tree that somebody else is going to sit under in future generations.
Love it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so whatever your legacy is, whether you've given it any thought or you haven't given it any thought, perhaps it's time to rethink it. And, you know, it's one of the things we love to do here on Wisdoms is challenge you to think, give you the resources and the tools also to help you think. And perhaps change your perspective, perhaps not, perhaps just enhance what you're already doing. So we're already doing. I hope you're going to be already doing too, and join us and tell us about it. And we hope to engage with you on those conversations about your legacy and our legacy going into the future. So see you soon. Cheers now.
The world needs now.
I am a difference maker.
Imagine all the people.
I am a difference maker.